Welcome back, hopefully, to the...
if you still have your drums.
Welcome to the Booze, Boobs, and Blood podcast. I am your humble co-host, Ween.
And I am Ray.
Hey, Ray. I don't know why I say that. What up?
Not much. What
Awesome.
up with you?
Well.
What is your pickle tickle?
Are we starting with that already?
I mean,
Man, that's
do we have
fast.
any other banter to talk about?
Not really.
We're coming to the end. Well, I guess we should probably tell what we're reviewing today.
Yeah.
We're coming to the end. We're coming to the end of our TCM run.
Patience now.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yeah, so this is our, we're finally getting our happy ending.
Woo! Finally, we're done!
Finally, it happened to me.
And
And we have no more leather face.
Finally!
Again, we are very
Very
singing
singy.
tonight. Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck
No,
off.
we're always singing.
I love singing. It's funny.
It is. And, it is. And so we've got some wonderful things coming up. I'm very excited.
Oh,
about this
me
stuff.
too.
I'm
I am
very excited.
super
I'm very excited about
stoked.
next week's
Yes.
next episode, and I'm very excited about
Super
the month that's
stoked.
coming. Yes.
Ah!
So, why don't we just get into let's get
do
into
it.
it. Let's get
Let's do
into it. So tonight we're doing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, and then we're going to have a little discussion, a little discourse about what we've about, a little bit of Men, Women, and Chainsaws, and then we're also
By Carol Clover.
And then we're going to rank, but first we'll probably rank our
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll decide what we want to do. Whatever feels good.
We
Whatever-
do what we want.
Whatever feels good in our bodies at
Yes.
the time. So, Ween.
Right.
What tickled your pickle?
Well.
That's quick.
I'll tell ya.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
I am super stoked. My boyfriend and I he finished it. And then it took a while for me to want to start listening. But once I did, I started on Friday, and I'm already more than halfway through the book. Actor Andy Serkis, who is more recently known as playing Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and he was in the new Planet of the Apes movie, playing
Alfred in the Batman.
Alfred in the Batman, right?
It's the Batman, yes.
The Batman.
With our pets. Mm-hmm. He was very good.
Yeah, I love Andy Serkis, and he could read me the fucking phone book, and I would be entertained.
Yes.
He has a fantastic speaking voice. He's crazy talented in multiple facets, and he semi-recently, he recorded and narrated all of the Lord of the Rings books, including The Hobbit. It started out as a passion project or something where he did a live reading of The Hobbit during COVID for school children. I don't have the
stuff
further...
came out with like that
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
And he, again, his voice. Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah, he's just...
Plus, he
he's very
does, like,
talented.
he is Gollum. So, like, it's an added bonus. So, I started, I was like, oh, all right, we'll try it out. My boyfriend had downloaded the books, and we started listening to it in the car, and we were like, holy shit. He's really good. It's so engaging and so good. And he reads it in, he's not reading just to read it. He's acting it all out.
Yeah.
And he sings the songs, even in fucking Elvish.
That's cool.
Like, it is boss. It is so good.
He doesn't cut corners. Even like...
No.
I mean,
he's a great actor.
He's actually a director. He directed something recently that I was like, okay. It wasn't great, but it was, but he's, as an actor, he's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
He just, like, there's no, whatever he goes into, he's never half-assing it. He's never phoning it in.
Yeah.
He's always, like, there to, you can tell he's an actor who loves acting.
Yes.
Like, Michael Sheen's like that, too, for me.
Yeah.
He's just, like, he loves to fucking act. And he doesn't care what it is. Like, I don't think he... Like,
obviously.
No.
Twilight.
Well, I mean, a lot of shit. Underworld. I mean...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Underworld.
He and Bill Nye are like that. Bill Nye, though...
I love Bill Nye.
Although, Bill Nye eats a lot of garbage because, like, he's got fucking, like,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, Underworld.
Yes.
I, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of kitchens to remodel. But I would say, like, if the more crazy the role, they just like to sink their teeth into it. Yeah. It's enjoyable to watch them act.
It is, yes. And it's enjoyable even from an audio perspective. Like, I can't believe how much I'm enjoying it. So much so that I started kind of like midday Friday during work.
In the background.
Just in the background while I'm working.
Yeah.
And I am already more than halfway through the first book, and I've never read the books. I read The Hobbit, and I once upon a time, ages ago, tried to read the Lord of the Rings series, and I got about halfway through the Two Towers, and I was like, once he started talking about the Ents, I was like, out, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Literally the same place.
But I'm curious about hearing it described. You know, by a wonderful actor.
It's not, because I mean, it's like, it'll be lively.
Exactly.
It'll be Blake Lively.
So lively. It's Blake Lively.
And her sister, Robin. Teen Witch.
Oh my god. So yeah,
I love it.
I'm so excited to be finishing these, to finally read, quote unquote, these books.
It really was like, if one thing that has come out of this horrible pandemic is the amazing things that people created during it.
Yes.
If no one has seen Staged, with David Tennant and Michael Sheen, I would highly recommend it.
Ooh.
So it's like a play that they've done via Zoom.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's supposed to be in a play together. And so it's David Tennant and Michael Sheen.
I love them both.
Yes.
I could eat them up.
Oh, it's hysterical. It's very funny. And they actually had
awesome.
a stage 2. Like, stage 2 has, I think Samuel Jackson shows up at one point.
What?
Yeah. So it's very good. It's very funny. But that came out of the pandemic. They're like, they were, you know, they had just done Good Omens together.
Yeah.
And so they were like, what do you want to do? And so somebody wanted to write a play, so they did. And it's pretty awesome. I mean, and things like
That's
that,
great.
I think, you know, creativity is born out of dire circumstances.
Necessity?
Yeah, dire circumstances.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What tickled your pickle?
I finished a bookcase that I put together. I have a bookcase that, first, the Chainsmokers have a new album that's really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. I fucking love the Chainsmokers. Never thought I'd ever. I'm also a 41-year-old woman. Anyhow,
whatever.
It's fine.
Who cares?
Also, one of the guys is really hot in that group. Anywho, so when I bought my house, the previous owner left one of those awesome 80s entertainment fucking systems in my basement. And guess what? No one will fucking take those. Habitat will not take entertainment systems.
Man.
So short of taking it apart and putting it out for the trash.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I mean, it had glass doors and everything.
Yeah.
Cool. And so I was looking online. I'm like, I wonder if I could rehab this to something. So I
Make
looked
it,
online.
Make it new, make it something interesting.
Well, a lot of people use those. What they do is they either make desks, like office. A lot of people make bars out of them. Like, But I already have a bar, so I don't need a bar.
Yeah.
So I made a bookcase instead. Nice. I ripped off the doors.
Hey, look at you, crafty.
Yeah. And repainted it. I sanded it all down and repainted it. It's very blue. It's like this like antique blue. And there's a space where the television is. Where did it go? I was like, well, I could build shelves in there for more, you know, for my books. And I was like, nobody's going to do that. Come on. No. Because that means cutting wood, and I don't. No.
I know nothing.
No, I'd have to go to Home Depot and look like that helpless female, like, I know what I got it. No. So I was like, you know what will fit nicely in there, though?
What?
A record player and fucking records.
Yes!
So I got myself a record player. So there's a record player in there, and then like a thing of records. I should show you.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I haven't seen it. It's in the basement.
My basement is a fucking mess, but you'll have to excuse
whatever.
that. So
you know I don't judge.
No, and so the so last weekend. Oh, this one. So I guess this will be my pickle tickle for the most part.
Yeah.
Is that last weekend I went searching for bodice rippers romance novels.
Ooh.
Can't find any because they're collector's items.
What?
Yeah. Now they're becoming popular. So yeah. So no Fabio covers for me.
Damn.
But records. Found a shit ton of records. Like a lot of them. I hate to say, what is mostly given away to like antiques or craft, like that place up in Perry.
Yeah.
is Johnny Mathis Records.
Yeah, Johnny Mathis.
I was like, I love you, Johnny, but I love your Christmas albums. And guess what I'm not wanting right now? So, some kind person put out all of their 80s, though.
Nice.
So, I got Cars. I fucking found the Cars. I was losing my goddamn mind. I was like,
that's amazing.
Because I immediately started going, who's going to drive you home? Tonight. AC/DC.
Yeah.
Aerosmith. In Excess.
What?
Billy fucking Idol.
Yeah.
And this is my own personal, because I love him, Harry Belafonte.
Who?
Daya, who just got into, who's inducted to the
Yes, was recently inducted
with Miss Dolly Parton.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, that's
actually that reminds me that Record Day. There's a National Record Store Day. National Record Store Day is April 23rd.
Oh fuck! I just missed it.
Oh yeah, they did a thing on NPR.
Well, you know what my first record I wanted it to be? I wanted it to be Under the Table and Dreaming with Dave Matthews, because it's fucking Dave Matthews, and y'all know how I love Dave Matthews. $150. I was like, I love you, Dave. Not that much. No. But I did buy a new pressing of Abbey Road and a new pressing of Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Where'd you go? Did you go to Record Day?
No, to buy the new ones?
Yeah.
No, I just got them off Amazon.
Online, yeah.
That's what I thought was coming today when you stopped in.
Oh.
Was my Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my pickle tickle.
Yay! I love it. That's like the third high five. I don't know. I like high-fiving.
Tonight. It's fine.
It makes me feel good.
So,
you know what else makes me feel good? Not sponsored.
No, but it'd be okay. Mad Dog wants... Isn't it Mad Dog?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's Mad Dog 2020.
No. MXD?
Sure. Let's look it up.
MXD Cocktail Company. If that's Mad Dog, I'm going to be very sad.
No, you know what? It's not, but Mad Dog does have a... Maybe it might be, actually. Cocktails. Because Mad Dog does have a... they do...
I'm going to be really sad if it's Mad Dog.
It
says MXD Cocktails.
Yeah.
It is a MXD Cocktail Company, Long Island iced tea. 12% alcohol by volume, kids. Woo!
But Mad Dog does have...
I'm sure they do
lemonade.
have yeah.
Like, in cans. That thing is also 12.
Wow.
They're actually good. I got them.
They're what?
They're good.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Hey, they're trying to... anybody trying to reinvent themselves? I ain't judging.
Remember
you go right
when
ahead.
Zima came back out? Zima Black came out back in...
Yeah.
That fucking shit was good. The black stuff, because it was like 8% alcohol or something like that too. Yeah, it was like... It was stronger than normal Zima. And it tasted good. I was like, this regular Zima, guess what, guys? If you guys...
God, I remember being a kid and wanting to try Zima so fucking bad, but my mom was like, that is an alcoholic beverage, and I did not understand that.
Because it looked like pop. It
literally
looked like
it was clear. It looked like water.
Yeah.
Because it looked so refreshing because of the commercials.
Yeah.
And it would like be frozen or whatever.
It tasted like garbage. Do you remember?
I'm glad this
is where the podcast is right. Do you remember this drink? You remember that drink?
Yeah.
Do you remember not too long ago?
Booze history.
Where people were icing each other?
for
Smirnoff Ice. Remember people would be like, you had to like, yeah, you could go up to somebody like at a wedding or like church and just you get down to like a knee. It was fucking white guys that would do, like white frat guys that would do this to each other. What? They would go on a knee and they'd pick up a Smirnoff Ice and hand it, and the person would have to drink it as icing somebody. I
would just say no.
I hate people.
No, thank you.
Fucking hate people. I think I said that last week with the cold Carls and the hot Carls. So.
Yes. Any Carl.
Yes.
Even a guy named Carl. I'm sorry.
Oh, my grandfather was named Carl. I was actually going to be Carl if I was a boy. Yeah.
Really?
Carl Lewis. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I twasn't.
Did not happen.
I am Ray.
Yay.
All right, let's take a break, come back, and we'll discuss Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Coral!
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 22. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
2.
We're back. We are back. You know,
bitches.
You don't make me laugh. I was editing last episode. At one point, we came in to talk about Leatherface. You're just like, all right. It's the funniest thing. So it's like, yep.
Hey,
yep,
here we go.
Yep, let's sum it the fuck up. Okay, guys, we have one movie to talk about tonight.
Only one.
So this will probably be a shorter episode, probably.
Maybe.
Or not, maybe. We
maybe,
can
who
sit
knows?
and fucking talk. So we're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 22. A little bit of production notes on this.
If you please.
Initially, during the development of Leatherface, which we both fucking love, kidding, we hated it.
Yeah.
The producers had the film rights and intention to make 5 more Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. In April 2015, they stated that the fate of the potential sequels would largely depend on the financial and critical reception of Leatherface. Well, by December 2017, Lionsgate and Millennium Films had lost the film rights due to the amount of time it took to release Leatherface. And in August 2018, it was reported that Legendary Pictures had entered preliminary negotiations to purchase the rights to the film. So that's why, but they intended to make into a television and film installment. So I think they're still, depending on how well this one did.
Yeah.
I think they were still thinking about doing television.
Really?
I think so.
Even after this?
I don't know. Probably not, because unfortunately it didn't do well. The critical response was not great.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to be, it was slated for a theatrical release in 2021. But, because all plans were scrapped after a string of disastrous test screenings. It was sold to Netflix, where that's where we watched it.
There you go.
Wow.
It was that bad.
Oh, here's another one.
Wow.
It's like a string of bad mishaps for this movie. On August 24th, 2020, initial directors and brothers Ryan Tohill and Andy Tohill split from the project during the film's first week of production in Bulgaria.
Oh my gosh.
So there's another film that was filmed in Bulgaria, because they filmed Leatherface in Bulgaria too.
Yeah.
The duo was replaced by David Blue Garcia, who scrapped and reshot the previous footage. I mean, good on them.
Well,
because spoiler alert, guys, I liked it.
I
liked it.
I didn't hate it. It was good.
Yeah, I thought it was actually
decent.
definitely. I thought they had a
look compared to the other ones.
Yeah,
some of the other ones.
Yeah,
next gen.
Yeah, I thought it was very. Yeah, I thought. I'm not exactly sure what the state. We'll get into it. Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So Fede Alverez, who I fucking love, and I want to talk about him for 1 second in a second, spoke about the film's relation to the other sequels, that the film does not explicitly erase the continuity of them, saying when movies do that, sometimes it feels a bit disrespectful to the other films. Some people love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I love a lot of things about that movie. It's so wacky and it's of its time, but the rest
is one word.
But the rest is such a mess canon-wise.
Yeah.
I think it's up to you to decide when and how the events of other movies happen. So what we were saying is, this actually disregards pretty much, although it's supposed to be, they do say it's supposed to be, now some places say it's the first movie and then this. And then some others say it does take in 1 through be next gen into account,
or at least 1 through 3.
Yeah, but I don't think it does, because Ginny in this is his mother.
Yeah,
we already know his mother is dead.
Yeah,
he dies in 3, so cannot be. Oh, did you see the short end credit scene? Fuck, I didn't watch it.
Pause.
Yeah, we might have to pause, because I don't remember.
We might have to just watch it quick. All right, we just watched
it.
The
it happened.
Didn't
We'll talk about it when we get to it, and it's not that exciting.
It wasn't necessary, other than maybe they were trying to set up for something else. Other than a setup. It's a setup!
It could be for the TV show.
Maybe.
Or a series, like a miniseries. I would watch a fucking Leatherface miniseries on Netflix.
Sure.
Do it, Netflix.
Sure.
Fuck. Give Leatherface a love interest. Leatherface starts dating the girl from The Ring just grown up.
Samara or Samara?
Samara. She's all grown up though.
Although, I don't think that would.
No. I'm trying to think of a girl monster.
Like you said. Okay, so let's get to it.
Well, no, let's make him gay. Let's make him like he's dating the Babadook.
The Babadook.
We were just talking about the Babadook offline.
Yeah, we were.
All right, so let's get back to I want to talk about Fede Alverez really quick. So Fede Alverez wrote this. I didn't want to sound like an accusation. He wrote this. But I love Fede Alverez because...
What else has he done?
So he has done a lot of shit. He wrote and directed the Evil Dead remake, which if you've not seen it, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
Is it?
It's so good.
I haven't seen it yet.
He wrote and directed, I believe. Yes. Don't Breathe. Which, have you seen that?
No.
It's very good. It's really, really... It's one of those... It's a trapped in a house.
Ooh!
Yeah. Suspense horror movie. It's very good. But I'm looking through his filmography. What he's directed, he directed The Girl in the Spider's Web, so I think that was the third in that series.
Oh, okay.
So he's mostly known for Evil Dead, which... I have to say, it had the blessing of both Sam Raimi.
Well, it has to.
And Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Like, Bruce Campbell makes a little tiny cameo in Evil Dead. It's very groovy.
It has to.
Yeah. But it's very female. I mean, I'm going to ruin it for you guys. It's also from... when was it? I mean, like, how long ago? 2013. So if you haven't seen it by now, it's almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
His name is Jane Levy, but I can't think of what her character's name is the final girl in it. There's no final boy. There's no Ash.
Really?
It's a girl.
Nice.
And she fucking goes through hell. Like, worse, I have to say almost worse than fucking Ash does.
Oh my gosh. At one point,
it's raining blood.
Sweet.
It's raining fucking blood, and there's blood
can't wait
everywhere.
To see this.
It's so great. I can't wait to do Evil Dead Month. I fucking can't.
Oh yeah, I can't wait either.
We might have to talk about. Now I'm getting so excited.
Yeah,
but it's
that might have to be
so like them to pick him to write this seemed because this is a very. I mean, this is a final.
It would have to be somebody good enough. I mean, for Sam Raimi to give his blessing.
Right.
P.S. Do you know who directed Texas Chainsaw?
Yes, I do. I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna do it this week. Woman, get off my back.
No, I'm just saying.
I want to go when there's nobody.
It just reminded me that he directed it.
I also have, because I work at school.
Yeah.
I try and not to. I'm trying to stay away from crowds as much as possible because.
I don't blame you.
Because we have COVID going crazy,
and it's only in theaters, which kind of. I really selfishly love that some of these new movies are being released on HBO Max and in theaters.
Yeah,
I really kind of love it.
Some of us are worried still about that because when Spider-Man came out, two of my coworkers, one wore a mask the whole time, the other one didn't, and got COVID.
Oh no!
He and his wife both got COVID. So
it's terrible,
and it's running rampant back in our schools. So
no!
So we're trying to not be in crowds. So let's.
We're almost there. It's almost summer. Can we not?
It got worse in the summer last year.
Oh, did it?
That's when we got Delta. That's when I got Delta. Oh. So that's what they're thinking it's gonna. I mean, it is. It's happening. It's we end up having to. I don't know. We're having this conversation. Never mind. It's just going. It's getting
fine.
Bad. It's fine. So anyhow, that to say, let's talk about this fucking movie.
All right, let's do it.
So, Rotten Tomatoes. I had it all pulled up. What the hell happened?
We got off on at least 5 tangents.
We did.
In the last half hour.
Right? And those are just the ones, on air. Okay, so
Distracted.
we got a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score is 27%.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I disagree. Yeah. I disagree very much. I mean, it's not
that bad.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. There's so much practical fucking work.
The practical effects were so good.
That's one of the things that's even though I know he didn't direct this, he was not directed by Fede Alverez. He almost all of Evil Dead the remake is practical because that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
So it's fucking rains blood. It rains blood. It's not CGI. It's fucking real blood.
These sprinklers.
Right. So some of these kills are amazing, and you know that they're like practical facts.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, and I don't know. I want to see right now who did. Do we know who did the effects for this? It would be interesting to know what group did it.
Yeah.
I'm looking real quick to see if I can find it. Makeup department. Production management. It doesn't say. Special effects. I don't know these. These are all. Well, they're probably Bulgarian people. I mean,
yeah.
Ivanov,
maybe they used
Nikolov,
a local house.
Rakova. I mean, it sounds like cool. All right.
Anywho.
So, alrighty.
Any hoozlebees.
Guess what?
What?
John Larroquette is back, bitches!
Oh, no!
I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited.
Back, or was it the original?
No, this is different. This was new.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, and in fact, it says in one of the trivias that he came back to do this. But yes, John Larroquette is back, bitches. Yay.
That was that was definitely his voice for sure.
Yes. Dan
I
Fielding
knew it was his
back.
voice. I just didn't know if it was old or young. John.
No, and it did. That was one of the actual notes. Okay.
Thank you, John Larroquette.
Holy shit. Love him. Love him. Call me. Just kidding. No, not. Yeah, I was just kidding. No, fucking call me. It's still fine. You can still get it. John Larroquette is fine. Dan Fielding can still fucking get it. Dan Fielding, who was Silver Fox before a lot of Silver Foxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw a meme the other day about Sam Elliott, how he doesn't age.
He doesn't. He's at that
really doesn't.
handlebar
since
mustache.
The 80s, since fucking Roadhouse, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to my recommendation, but I'm telling you right now, fucking Martin Sheen in like the 70s.
Yeah.
Good goddamn.
Yeah.
Fucking
get
it.
It was hot.
Fucking get it.
It bums me out how much Charlie Sheen looks like him. It bumps me out, but it's fine.
Emilio didn't get any, like, he
got the voice.
He did.
He got the voice for sure.
Have you seen
he definitely sounds like Martin Sheen.
Have you seen Joe Estevez?
No.
Have you seen any Joe Estevez's movies?
No.
That's a better question.
No.
He looks just like Martin.
Really?
I think he's a couple years older.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he makes some real shit movies. A lot of them are on Riff Tracks, so shout out to Riff Tracks. One is legit called Baby Ghost. Yep. The other one is Roller Gator. The look in your face is perfect. I'm gonna send you.
I just had a multi-face
trailer for Roller Gator.
Oh God.
Okay. Anywho, so this is actually this is 50 years after the 1973 killing spree.
Yeah.
So. This
is 50 years after, right?
Yeah. And so they're still looking for Leatherface, but they don't. So what we do learn quickly, because we've got this girl goes into this like convenience store.
Yeah.
Is that they're still looking for Leatherface.
Yeah.
And that Sally Hardesty has become a Texas fucking Ranger. I love that. I love that she became one of the most badass group of people on the planet.
Yeah.
Texas Rangers, and she became a Texas fucking Ranger. That's
I like that.
Balls
I like that a lot.
Baller. So, go ahead.
No. We open with a faux documentary playing in the TV of a Texas general store. And the guy in charge of the store, these two girls are checking stuff out, and they're looking at all the stuff about, the local story about back in the 70s, about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The guy at the general store said Sally allegedly became a ranger and searched for Leatherface for 30 to 40 years. They leave. One of them purchases a corkscrew with the chainsaw on it.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah.
And the store clerk, I love this, called them gentrifuckers.
Yes! I wrote that! Gentrifuckers is my new favorite word.
Gentrifuckers.
Also,
like,
I don't know which one I wrote. This chick looks like Villanelle, Jodie Comer. I don't know who I was actually thinking that was. Could have been possibly Ruth. Might have been Ruth. Or no. I think it was Elsie Fisher who plays Lila.
Oh,
do you know who Villanelle is? It's the chick from Killing Eve. That's Sandra. Oh, obviously the other one, the blonde.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
I think I was talking about Lila. I think maybe. I don't know. Again, this was like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. A bunch of gentry fuckers go traveling through Harlow, Texas.
Yeah.
Promoting their quote unquote street cuisine food truck.
Yeah, and so they're gonna like.
Who do we have? Who's the guy character? Dante, right. Melody. They're besties.
Yeah. They're celebrity chefs, it sounded like. Because maybe. I think so. Because when the sheriff comes up, he's like, you were on TV or whatever. So I think those two are celebrity chefs.
Okay.
Or maybe he's the chef, she's the sous chef, something like that.
On TV somehow.
Something.
Melody's sister, Lila.
Right.
And Dante's fiance, didn't catch the name.
Ruth.
Okay.
And the thing
that's a nice old name.
I love it.
I love that name.
The biblical. Anyhow.
Yeah.
And the thing you know about Lila is that she is a survivor of a
massive school shooting.
Yeah.
We learn that a little later in the film,
right.
But she's, very, very dark princess, and I shouldn't say princess. I shouldn't say it like that. But she's obviously very haunted by something. She's very forlorn and very, kind of keeps to herself, and her sister's just kind of dragging her along to get her out of the house kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting that feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lila and Melody's grandmother was from Harlow, apparently.
Yes, they do mention that.
Which is why they kind of know the area.
Which is interesting. No one knows what the fuck we're going to call this town, because certain
continuity.
Yeah, sometimes it's called Newt.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's called Harlow. I mean, when we learned that Leatherface's mom is named Ginny, but we know it's Verna. Yeah. So who the fuck knows? But they're coming into this town. They're literally going to auction off the town,
right?
To all these
buildings.
Hipsters. I don't know what they're called anymore. Hipsters aren't hipsters anymore.
Gentry fuckers.
All these gentrifuckers. And so, they're walking around the town going, this will be where the bread store is. This is where the bookstore's going to be.
Can you see it?
Oh, my God. It's so right.
And, it's an old downtown. There's, a tower with a clock and, an old library, an old movie theater.
Yeah. It's literally the town.
Movie house.
Yeah, it's like a ghost. It's it's if, the town from Back to the Future was a ghost town.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the name of that town in that movie?
I
don't know. Anyhow. So then they're getting gas.
Don't come at me for that.
No, I don't. Literally,
I've seen.
I mean, it's been forever since I've seen Back to the
twice.
Future. Yeah, I've never seen Back to the Future 2 or 3.
Me neither.
Okay, good. I like it fine. It's not my favorite movie. I do like Erased from Existence. That's one of my favorite lines. Anyhow, so they're getting gas, and up pulls this fucking big truck.
Oh yeah,
and
who's supposed to be the stereotypical
Texan
with his handgun in his belt, and Pumpkin's got a truck and a straw hat. And
but he's listening to fucking metal.
Death metal.
Yeah.
And he's fucking gorgeous.
God damn! He
you
gets out
guys.
of the car. God.
What's the actor's name? I want to say it's Monroe.
Mo Dunford. Oh my God. Look him up. He was on the show Richter. Vikings.
Yeah. He was in the Dublin Murders or something like that on a BBC show. He is gorgeous.
Because he is Irish, guys. He's fucking Irish. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dublin Murders. Detective Sam O'Neill. Yeah.
Oh, how's Sam O'Neill?
Sam O'Neill, he can fucking get on it whenever he wants to.
He can top of my morning.
Twice on Sunday. God damn, he's hot. He's real good looking.
He's really gorgeous.
And of course, Melody makes this really shitty comment, whatever. I don't care what your political statement is, especially about guns. I don't fucking care.
But she does make a comment about him carrying around a handgun out in the open. Honey, you're in Texas.
Right. Also,
and that's kind of what her friends say to her. They're like, shut up.
Right, because she alludes that he has a small penis.
Yes. Because he has a big truck and he has a handgun carrying around.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't remember what he says to her, but he does say something to her.
Something like...
that he's like, there are some things that need that...
To eliminate. Yeah, because I wrote, he can eliminate my pants.
Yes.
Eradicate. You can eradicate. Oh, yeah. Hello, sexy man. You can eradicate my pants. Thank you.
Yes, he says, I carry a gun because there are some things that need eradicated.
Yeah.
But, he's talking about, rodents and,
probably coyotes
and shit like that.
That, destroy stuff. But, I mean...
Or, like, wild boars or shit.
So, like, as per TCM fashion, you don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because they leave it, like... Because everyone thought Viggo Mortensen was a good guy up until a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
I bought it.
Yeah. So she... And he says something about, like... About showing him his gun or something. I can't remember what it was. Doesn't he make a comment?
Oh, yeah.
She goes, I've seen bigger. It's like, no, you haven't. Get out of here.
Yeah, you really...
She also looks like Ali Shawkat from Arrested Development.
Oh, she does a little bit. With short hair.
Yeah.
With short, big, curly hair. I'm super jealous. She's on a show
now where it's called Search Party or something.
Yeah.
I was like...
Her hair's really short. I'm so super jealous of that hair.
I know. Me too.
Oh, damn it. I want to have
this girl
hair.
does not have the talent of Ali Shawkat, though.
No, but that's okay. No. I forgive her.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyhow, so...
Gotta start somewhere.
Yep. So they get pulled over
downtown.
by the police.
Oh, right.
Where the sheriff and his derpy deputy...
And Dante, poor Dante, is like, oh my God, I'm in white rural Texas. Right. He's extremely aware, and he's like, everybody put your hands where they can see them.
Yeah.
You know, and he puts his hands, and he's very polite.
Yeah.
And then the cops, they talk about, oh, you guys were on that show, or you guys were, you know, are like, you know, TV chefs or something. Oh, you guys are, you know, the chefs or whatever that are coming into town. Okay, well, just, you know, be careful. And
right, I mean, they were kind of dicks about it. But
a little bit, but they, honestly, not too much.
That's like police officers in general.
Huh?
That's police officers in general.
I know.
Having two police officer parents, I can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. Like, because...
It seemed very realistic.
Well, and... I've asked my parents about this before. I'm like, why did they're like, you just don't know. You just can't trust everybody. In a
small town like that.
You just...
These are clear outsiders.
And, like, not, like, trusting, but, like, why do police officers come off as assholes a lot? And they're like, just because they're like, just, you have to be on guard all the time.
Yeah, you do.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and that can be perceived as being dickish. But, you know, you're not going to go up there and go... Howdy.
Yeah, hey, how are you doing?
How's your day? It's not customer service.
This isn't fucking Mayberry, right?
Right.
Especially out in Texas. Like, the amount of crazy shit that happens in Texas.
Yeah.
Texas and Florida, man.
Florida man.
Florida man, literally.
Florida man.
Someone legit threw a gator a baby gator into a drive-through in fucking window in Florida once. I love that they are going to gentrify Harlow. There's literally nobody there.
No.
No one there.
No.
No one there.
And they have a bunch of investors coming on a party bus to auction off all these buildings that these kids bought.
Yeah.
To build back up and, let's still keep the rustic look, but, you know, old is new again. And it is kind of making... I don't think it's making a statement.
I don't know what the political statements in this movie are. It's all over the place. You can't do
it everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over the place because I don't know if it's pro-gun or anti-gun.
I don't think it's either.
I don't know. It's all over the place. But
or just know where the fuck you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they enter this city. Oh, one of the buildings. Or are you saying something else?
First they meet Richter first. Again.
Oh yes. So they meet So they go and they go into one of the buildings and it's like a big garage.
Favorite line. Yes.
Yes. And there's that same old truck and there's the guy that they saw at the gas station, like, Hottie McHotface. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're like, great. We made a great first impression.
Yeah.
And
thanks, Melody.
As it turns out, he's their contractor.
Yeah.
To do any building or work necessary to build up to fix up the buildings. So funny. Again, watch your fucking mouth in Texas.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
So, like, he goes up, he's like, well, what the fuck are you doing here? And they're like, so Ruth is like this, you know, it's just fucking the worst. And she's like, well, we wanted a place where there's, like, without violence and the madness. We want to get away from that all. I was like, the fucking middle of Texas?
Yeah, like, right.
But so he goes, so you're a cult? And she goes,
oh my god, this is so funny.
We are idealistic individuals who want to build a better world. And he goes, yeah, that's a cult. That's fine, as long as you pay me.
Yes, I'm fine with that. He's like, I'm not judging.
He's like, yep, that's a cult. And I was like, 100%, this whole thing is a fucking cult.
So... good, I loved that.
Throw in a weird sex thing. It's a cult. It's a fucking cult. So no, there is a building. There's an orphanage. What's flying on the orphanage?
They look over and they see that there's a Confederate flag hanging,
Stars
and they're
and
like,
bars.
"Stars and bars," and they're like, "Oh, that has to come down.
Yeah.
We have to hurry up and get that done before the investors get here because that's not great." And so they enter the building. It's an old orphanage. It's inhabited, as it turns out, by an old woman who ran the orphanage.
He just wrote, runs across a bad actress at the orphanage. God, she's awful.
Oh, and this poor lady, she's carrying around this oxygen tank, and she doesn't breathe so good. She's obviously got COPD, and
she's got bad line reading skills.
Right. Yes.
Oh my God.
And then she's, they're like, we were under the impression this was vacant because we own it now. And she's like, oh, no. I fixed that. The bank foreclosed on it, making Dante and Melody the owners, but she never left.
Nope.
Because she's like, oh, we figured that out with the bank. I took care of it. I own it. And they're like, no, we definitely. And they're starting to flip out.
Oh, and also the N-word makes its appearance in this conversation also.
Okay, I'm a huge fan of hoarders.
Oh God, yes,
I'm a huge fan of Hoarders. I'm a closet fan, and I binge it all the time. I fucking love it. And every couple times a year, I binge watch it. I don't know why. It's addicting.
I used to like that with Catfish.
Yeah. So there's this one episode. It was a special episode where usually they do.
Cookie Brewster was there.
Usually they do two people they feature two hoarders per episode. Well, this was a special 2 hour
on one hoarder.
It was and it was heartbreaking. It was an old, beautiful North Carolina mansion that she bought. This woman used to be an interior designer, and she worked out of her home, and she had all these catalogs of things, and like things just kept falling apart in her life. And this adorable this adorable gay couple bought it. The bank foreclosed. This exact thing happened where the bank foreclosed on it, and this couple owned it. But she still insisted on living there. She still lived there, and so they had this hoarders episode to get her out. And they're like, we want to try to be fair. We realize this is technically by law, this is our stuff now. Everything in the house is the house and everything in it belongs to us, but we don't want to put you out on the street, so we want you to be able to try to gather some things to be able to sell, right? So you have something to live on. She was crazy. It was a crazy episode. Oh my God.
There was, I'm sure, dead cats. Was that an animal one?
No.
There were not animals.
There were maybe a couple rodents, but like
one of these days
there were rooms and rooms and rooms. I mean, it was like a football field.
Well, I'll tell you one day about the hoarding situation that my sister and I had to take care of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you off air.
Oh God, I love it.
Cool.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It just reminded me of it because this happens. Yeah. These things happen sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes people like this.
Wasn't bad, honestly. Like, I don't think she was a hoarder though, because
in the movie.
Yeah.
No. I don't think she was. No. She just was still living there,
and
like because in her mind,
this was her house,
and they didn't know that she could have been just senile.
It was still her house because,
as it turns out, but we find that out later.
So, as they're trying to get her out of the house. Here is a figure.
Oh, she keeps repeating, "This is our house. Yes. Our house." Yeah. Who's our?
Yeah, it's an orphanage. So who's living there? So out onto the balcony steps this looming figure, and he watches as Ginny goes fucking down, and they
she starts to have a heart attack.
Yeah, and so they get
and the sheriffs arrive. Yeah, they see her,
and they get her out, and Ruth's like, "I'm gonna ride with this little wee."
Yeah, one of us has to be right.
So I'm gonna go and make sure she's okay. Yeah, and the figure goes with them.
Yeah, because it's her ball. It was the last guy, the last kid of that stayed at the orphanage.
Yeah, so they ride in the they get into the it's a sheriff's van. It's not like a... But although...
She's like... they're like, somebody call the ambulance. And the sheriffs are like, we are the ambulance. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So they go. The sheriffs go with... and the boy go with her. She... I just wrote really fast. I didn't...
We get a really good look at Leatherface's face.
Yeah, we do.
We get a real good look. And then, I mean, guys... As soon as mom dies, his mom dies in the back of the van.
She dies, and he flips his shit. He flips the fuck out. He breaks one cop's wrist off.
Then stabs him with
his own wrist bone.
Fuck me, it's amazing.
That was so good. I was shouting in my home.
Literally ripped the deputy's arm in half, stabs him with own arm. Then, so the deputy's got his gun out, and Leatherface hits the gun dislodges, goes through the fucking front seat into the sheriff's neck. Into his neck, man.
Oh,
holy shit.
God.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
It was insane.
Needless to say, the fucking sheriff's van careens into
crashes.
A sunflower field.
Yeah.
And Ruth is in the front seat with the sheriff, and the sheriff's kind of out of it, and Ruth's out of it too. So then... Before they crash, she does text Dante and Melody and say that oh my God, she's dead.
Yeah.
Also, FYI, Lila and Melody have the most dysfunctional relationship in this movie.
They really do.
They have a really dysfunctional relationship. And so Lila she storms off. She storms off. And
she talks to Richter.
Yeah, she goes to go make friends with Richter.
And that's where we find out. Oh, I'm sorry. Over guns.
I was saying over PTSD and guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she looks at his gun and he's got like an M47 or some shit there.
He's got AK-15, yeah, I think. Or AR-15.
And we find out she was a victim in a school shooting because she has the scar on her chest
from a bullet.
And Then. And there was actually a still shot on IMDb that I'm sad didn't make it into the final cut of the movie, of him over her, holding the gun, showing her how to shoot it, but she couldn't even pick up the gun. She was so freaked out.
No,
I kind of liked that better.
Yeah.
Because she was shot by probably one of those.
Well, so, Melody comes looking for her.
Yeah.
And Richter's got an apartment above the shop. And so she goes upstairs and he's sitting on the bed.
Yeah, this was bullshit.
Well, so here comes Lila out of the bathroom. She's like, I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so Melody automatically thought that they were gonna
have sex or that he...
I was like, besides the fact that she looks like she's 16 years old.
Thank you.
Also, as she's walking out, they're arguing. You can hear them arguing about, I can't believe... She's like, did you think I was going to fuck him? And I was I'll volunteer to show me.
I'll do this! No. I'll do
yes, please. Yes, right here.
I mean, I would. But...
No.
Not in that situation. No, not if I were Lila. I just met the fucking dude. And
yeah, he's obviously a lot older than her.
Yeah.
In Texas. And, I mean, just come on.
He's a stranger. And plus, he's their contract. You know what I mean?
And also, I have a feeling that Lila
if he takes
gay.
me out...
So,
yeah.
Yes.
If he takes me out for a drink, I wouldn't say no.
Right.
But...
Right.
Not the point, and not the moment.
No!
What the fuck? So, yeah,
Melody's
clearly they have...
kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
Honestly...
Well, and Melody is really set on edge anyway because of the old lady.
Yes, because at this point, all the investors have arrived. And literally everybody's the fucking worst, guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's
it's so rustic, it's so cute, and you're supposed to hate them.
And it's just a fucking bunch of assholes.
The worst people.
That want their goddamn artists and whatever.
Yeah. And it's a bit party rockers in the house tonight. Like that shit. Right?
Yes.
It's very that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh God.
Nice.
But then Melody gets a text finally gets a text from Ruth that the older woman had passed away, and she immediately wants to leave. She wants to leave there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kind of don't blame her.
Well, yes.
They fucked up.
Yeah. And so. And Dante's like, oh, no. And somehow Richter hears this conversation. And he's like, what the fuck did I just heard you say.
Yeah.
She says, we killed that old lady.
Yeah.
And he's like, I literally just heard you say you killed that old woman.
Yeah.
And he said, that was her house.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's ours. He's like, then show me a deed. He takes their keys.
Oh, yeah, he takes their keys. Show me a deed and you can get your keys back.
Right. Go Richter. So Richter is not a bad dude.
No,
he's a good
not.
dude.
No, he's not. He's trying to do... Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that clip of Divorce Court where this woman... Oh my God, it's so priceless. It's Divorce Court where this lady... When she's angry, she sings.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's hysterical. I'll have to show you at the break. It's so fucking funny. She'll go, Yana! It's so funny.
Love it. Do you know there's a guy, I can't think of his name right now, on TikTok. He's a comedian who, he and his friends, when they were like years ago, to make money, they would go on Judge Joe Brown and the People's Court. Or not the People's Court, but one of those other ones.
Yeah.
So, like, because you can make money going on them.
Oh, yeah.
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 And they would just make shit up and go on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
A friend of mine did that recently, who's a voice actor.
Nice.
Oh, shit. I should find him and drop his name on the podcast, even though he probably has way more followers than we do. It's fine. So anyway, at the van.
Yeah, so...
Back at the van.
Back at the Fortress of Solitude. So,
He never has a name, by the way.
No, Leatherface?
So I just call him Junior throughout.
Yeah, I mean, LF.
Whatever.
LF.
Leatherface, LF, whatever.
Also should be literally 108 years old.
Yeah.
If we're going...
Was it 108? Was that the official number? I was thinking 90s.
No, because
what year was he born?
Like in the 30s.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was 36 or 34. I can't remember.
Well, we'll do some math. Anyhow.
Yeah, I'll have to find that. Yeah. At the break, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be at least in his 90s.
At least. A fantastic shot of him cutting his mother's face off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Literally skinning her face.
Yep.
And then...
Ruth is still alive. So we're following Ruth.
And
she's seeing him cut her face.
Well, the sheriff is sort of alive.
Sort of. But he's not watching.
No.
He's just kind of...
Well, because then he gets finished off with a log. Yeah. But he definitely puts that face on.
Oh, yeah, he does.
It's funny because... Not funny. But then he...
Uh-huh.
He kills the sheriff, then he comes over and she's like trying to get out of the car.
Oh, she is... That poor girl, I felt so bad for her because she's trying... Oh, you knew it. But I felt so bad. She was trying so hard to be stealthy and quiet, but at the same time, she is petrified and shaking.
Yeah. She's like trying to climb over the fucking...
Very good acting, I have to say.
The dead sheriff.
Yeah. Did you do that?
We get a close-up of her face, and we know that fucking Leatherface is behind her in the other window. And this kill, man. This kill was
so good.
Awful. Awful/great.
Yes.
He breaks the window, then disembowels her.
The sound effects...
What was that?
I
would like to have that as my ringtone.
I feel like sometimes we should have sound effects added post.
I know, and I think I ixnayed that at one point. I know, no.
Sound effects like that.
Yeah. What? But
or ding.
There's a shot though after he does it and she's dead. Like you can, because you see, quote unquote, the life leave her eyes.
Yeah,
I mean, she is a good actress.
She was a good actress. I have to say.
With this one solitary tear just rolls down her face.
Oh, I know.
And it is just fucking heartbreaking.
It was well done. That was very well done.
You know that Leatherface was then pissed because he's like, "Fuck! I could have had her face."
Yeah, right.
I got the wrong face on. Face.
Face off.
Oh god, that movie's great.
Never. Ugh.
You've never seen Face Off?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Storm is a brewing in Texas.
Yep. Yeah. So then we
back downtown.
Because at the time before she gets killed, Ruth is on the the walkie or the radio.
Oh yeah,
in the town, and she radios
the general store.
Right.
The guy at the general store from the beginning has a CB radio that he's listening, because this is a very small town. They only have like 3 cops maybe.
Right, and so
2 of them are dead now.
And he knows Sally. Sally. I keep calling her Hawkins.
Yeah.
Sally Hardesty.
Hardesty.
So he calls her, and he's like, "It's happening again."
Yeah.
So we gotta cut to Sally.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have that. Wait. Oops. So wait. The
pig.
general store clerk calls Officer Hardesty. Oh, shit, son. It's so good.
Yeah. And we get to her, and you think it's like, the way it's shot looks like it might be, like, we don't know what this is.
I thought it was a person.
I thought it was a person
first.
too, but it's a pig, and she's slaughtering a pig.
Yeah.
So she's like up to her elbows in blood.
Yeah.
And
she gives 0 fucks.
She gets the call, and this actress looks just like
she really does. Sadly, Marilyn Burns died in 2014.
Yes, and this woman is. I want to. She's got a name that sounds like it's Swedish or something. So let me look it up, and then I'll tell you.
She had beautiful long silver hair.
Mm-hmm. Fucking.
And looks like a fucking badass.
She does. Her name is Olwen Fiore. It's either French or French. She was born in Ireland of Breton French parents.
Oh.
Yeah. So, a lot of... Oh, she's that new Northman movie with Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to say.
Oh, she's in the Dairy Girls.
Oh.
Cool. Anyhow. So
I forgot to say, because I texted it to you, and I feel a little bit bad that I did, because you were like, dude.
18 minutes in.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, she's done a lot of different stuff. A lot of, obviously, stuff in Ireland, since she's Irish.
Okay, yeah. First kill is 18 minutes, 24 seconds into the movie.
Yeah.
And then we texted a bunch about Mo.
Yeah.
Dumford.
He was.
Not surprising.
And honestly, after this, like, once the mom dies, it
goes. It really goes. Real quick.
So Dante and Melody are going through the house.
They're going through the orphanage. Melody finds the deed in the orphanage. Yeah. The old lady was right.
Because Dante kept saying, "Oh, I've got it. And he goes through his deeds and he does not have it.
No,
he's like,
he doesn't.
It must be at the office. And she's like, "Well, somebody who says it? If it's not in the house, then we know." Then it obviously can't be in the house. If you have it, it obviously can't be in the house. So then they're like, let's go look at the house.
And see if it's right.
Right.
Because if it's not there, then it,
Then we know, So she finds it.
So sad. But then,
guess who finds Dante?
The kitchen! Someone's in the kitchen with Dante.
It happens to be, LF has walked from the sunflower field.
Somehow.
All the way back to town. Somehow.
In the span of 10 minutes.
90 years old.
Right.
Okay. Because even say we're going by 1978 rules.
Yeah.
And he's 20. He's still in his 70s.
He's still up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not doing.
He's not fucking. Yeah.
No. Anyhow.
Yeah. No, I know.
Magic!
Movie magic! We have to have a sound effect about that, too.
Yes, we have a shirt.
Movie. We do?
Uh-huh. I created a shirt.
Oh my god, sorry.
So,
that's awesome. Movie
magic! So what he does, though, is he fucking takes a chunk out of Dante's face.
Oh, I thought he was a guy.
Well,
I actually preemptively...
Then he cut his face?
Yes.
Yeah, so
like
first
he meat cleavers his jaw.
Yeah.
And I preemptively wrote second kill 34 minutes 40 seconds.
But Dante,
it wasn't like he's not quite dead.
No, just a little.
Melody sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Melody hides upstairs and Junior sledgehammers the bedroom wall. This was a very long, uncomfortable scene, and I thought it was done well.
First though, Leatherface takes out Jenny's dress and smells it.
Oh, I know.
And I thought for a second,
he was going to put it on. Well, that's who it was supposed to be modeled after.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was like, because then he's just putting on makeup.
Yeah, on his mom's face because, oh, right. When they first get to the orphanage, she's like, oh, if I knew people were coming, I would have put my face on.
Face off.
Face off.
Take my face. So then, Leatherface starts to do some reno.
Yeah. I know. He decides to do, Mom's gone, he's going to do some remodeling, even though she said, stay out of my fucking bedroom.
Yeah.
But he sledgehammers the bedroom wall.
Yeah.
Never too soon to get some remodeling done. Haha, see? Oh shit, Dante's not quite dead.
Yeah.
Richter sees him downstairs because Dante starts walking around and he's walking like a zombie because he's
in this part, because Richter's like, I got you, man. I got you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he immediately changed shifts.
Yeah.
In his, stance to him. And at first, because he's like, he's a bunch of fucking kids. But then he sees how severely injured Dante is. Just like, oh fuck, what happened? I got you, man. I got you. You're all right. And kind of flips mode as he's dying. He's totally dying. Yeah. So Richter loads up his gun. Yep. That handy little gun.
Oh, guys, this is where I got fucking pissed.
Me too.
So Richter starts going into the house. He hears what's happening upstairs. He gets upstairs to the mom's bedroom.
Yeah. I thought this was so brilliant. Melody is still hiding under the bed, and she knows that Leatherface bashed the wall down to find his old toy, a chainsaw, and he hears Richter coming upstairs. So Leatherface goes behind the door to hide. Melody, but he still doesn't know that Melody's there. Melody then sees that Richter's coming up the stairs. There's like a standing mirror, and she tries to like turn it with her foot so Richter can see behind the door. And it was so beautifully done, so well done.
Yeah, because Leatherface then they start fighting. And
I shouted.
Yeah.
To the top of my lungs. I went,
they break a window, and Richter gets his head.
Well, before that, his knee.
Oh God, that's right. Shit. He gets his leg
bashed the other way.
It's like
how your knee bends one way.
I mean, these practical effects are fucking amazing.
They were so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I was flipping out.
Yeah, it was like flopping around. It's flopping around like a doll.
Oh, God.
And then he's like, I'm still gonna fucking kill this dude.
Yeah.
And he's going after him.
He's hobbling on one leg. Because he's still got a gun.
Then he gets a piece of glass to the head. Like, he gets, like, his head shoved onto a piece of glass. He ain't dead yet, though.
Not quite.
Will be, because this was horrific, guys.
Oh, it was horrible.
Was brutal.
Leatherface goes Gallagher to a watermelon. Leatherface goes to Richter's head. So gross. And I sent Ray a bunch of Gallagher memes.
Yeah.
In our little text chat.
Well, and the part that is heartbreaking is that as he's getting beat to death, he's trying to take the keys out of his pocket to get to Melody. So she can get out.
Richter was the best character.
Richter rules.
Oh.
And he's dead.
R.I.P. Richter. We might have to make another shirt.
Yes.
R.I.P. Richter.
R.I.P.D. Richter.
Or we make a shirt. We have a shirt on Threadless. Thank you. Of names of all the final girls. We should make another shirt of all the hot guys that didn't quite make it.
Oh my God, I love it.
And Richter will be on it.
Yes, he will. He'll be number one. What are you talking about? All right, so.
He beats the snot out of him. It was so bad.
Yep. So
then Sally goes to the car crash at the sheriff's van and investigates the car crash and finds. Oh my God!
This body just sitting.
She finds Mommy's faceless body posed sitting up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. It is.
Oh my God!
It's a beautiful macabre shot of a faceless.
And good acting on her part because you could see it in her face that she's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
Because she kind of knew what she was, because the guy from the general store was like, I think he's back. But then to see it, and it's like 50 years comes back at her face, And she's like, oh shit.
Because she's also been driving around with a Polaroid picture of
all of the people from the first movie, which I thought was beautiful. Yes. It was a very nice touch.
Yes, absolutely. I don't see
what people had the problem with this movie.
I don't know. I
thought it was good.
I think it's...
I thought it was well directed. Mm-hmm. I thought the screenplay was decent. Well, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah. So, Melody now is trying to get out of the house. So instead of like walking down the stairs, because you know that every house has that like stair that's creaky,
and it's an old house.
Yep.
All the creaky steps.
Like, I'm gonna climb over. It was kind of a genius thing to do. Sort of
ingenious.
Huh?
You'd say ingenious.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like...
It was something different, and it was something... She was trying very hard not to make a noise.
Right. So she's climbing over the railing, trying to
get climb down as quickly as possible.
Well...
Oops.
Because Leatherface finds her anyhow.
Yeah.
And he yeets her into the fucking basement.
Into the basement. And into the, there was no basement to this place. It was like the foundation underflooring of the house.
Yeah. It was
like a crawl space. Thank you. So Lila then goes looking for Mel, and Melody can hear Lila calling after her. And
in the meantime,
from here on, it goes from 45 miles an hour to about 80.
Because then we get this sweet base crawl space chainsaw chase.
Yeah.
And so she's trying
to dragging the chainsaw along the floor in the crawl space. She's trying to
crawl out of its... Then she gets to the end of the line, and he hits a fucking sewer line.
The sewer line.
And she gets covered in poo-poo.
But you know, in the interest of justice, I didn't feel that
She's
bad.
She's kind of a shithead, so
yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But I felt bad then. But I was like, all right, you're done.
Yeah.
I think you're done now.
Yeah, and so FYI, there's like this. I want to say she's like the director of the whole thing that's happening. I don't know what her name is. I don't think she gets a name. I think she does in the credits, but I mean, anyhow, she's also gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
What is her name? I'm looking very quickly. Her name is Catherine. So Catherine is trying to get everybody back on the bus.
She's kind of the head. She's leading. She's the one leading this bus tour. The party bus people of investors.
What would they be called? Like on a cruise line, she'd be like, what is that?
Not a director. I don't know.
Yeah. Events coordinator.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds great.
EC, got it.
Cool. So she's like, get everyone get on the bus, and she's like not letting anybody get off the bus.
Oh yeah.
And Lila has gotten on the bus at this point. She's kind of shepherded her on the bus, and at one point, that's like you said.
I think it's raining at this point.
Right, and actually no, she had gotten off. She'd forced them to the bus driver to let her off.
Yeah.
Well,
because she sees Dante.
Yeah.
So in the beginning part when he's walking through the street.
Yeah, so the girls do get out, Melody does get out of the crawl space.
Yeah.
And so
Lila actually helps her out.
Yeah.
She helps her out of the underflooring.
And
they get on the party bus, but it's...
Yeah, they get on the party bus, and...
They're like, drive. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. We just gotta go. We gotta go now. And they try. But the bus... The bus stops. It gets chainsawed. The tires get chainsawed and they stop. Junior climbs aboard. All aboard.
Well, first he throws the decapitated head of the driver.
Oh, the driver gets out to see what's the problem.
Right, and gets decapitated.
And that's the last time we see him. We see his head.
We see his head.
We see his head.
And then, guys, it's like... I wrote...
This is like Sam Raimi style, crazy, just blood and body parts.
Yep.
Everywhere.
It's like the scene in Dead Alive where what's his name has the chains or the lawnmower and he's just lawnmowering people. Like that's really what happens. I mean, one point he's pulling at people up in the air and chainsawing into their chest. But you want to talk about so he gets on the bus and literally they all think it's a joke.
Oh yeah.
So they've got their cameras on the ready, just like we all
do. Funny.
Yes.
So good.
And so
so good.
There was a line you wanted so one of the people, the commenters, is actually the director of the movie.
Gonna get canceled.
But I wrote I've been to more intense haunted houses. God. Is that the one that you wanted?
No, but there was a bunch of my God
comments running in because it's the live streaming. That's what they're doing
on the phone. There's like a shot there's a camera shot on somebody's phone of them live streaming, and everybody's getting butchered and blah.
Oh, I
and
know.
the comments on there, like it's like 2 seconds, but it's so fucking funny.
Do you know what this reminded me of? Because the two girls get into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And they kind of like leave everybody like, you're all dead, sorry. This reminds me, and how he's going and just hacking through people, because at one point somebody's like, Catherine's face is like, oh my god, Catherine.
Oh, she goes out, she tries to get out the window and he hacks her completely in half.
This reminds me of the scene in Rogue One at the very end with Darth Vader, when he goes into that room and all you see is the fucking lightsaber go on. Did you see Rogue One?
Yeah, I did.
So at the very end where it's all dark and all of those like, all the rebel forces are waiting and his lightsaber goes on and it's just like fucking mows them all down. Yeah. That's what this is like.
That's,
it's just it's like
that's what he's with the chainsaw. That's what he's doing.
Just replace it with the chainsaw.
Poor Lila is gonna need a fuck ton more therapy.
Oh,
this poor girl.
Yeah.
Mel stabs Leatherface with the chainsaw corkscrew. Ha ha!
Yeah.
To try to get away in the bathroom. Yay! And then comes Sally to the rescue.
Yep. They get in the car, and she realizes this is rough line. She realizes what she's got to do, and she realizes that he wants these two girls.
Yeah.
And so
she knows it.
She knows,
but she wants him.
Yeah, and so she says, "It's you he wants. You have to stay until I kill him." So she actually, because she's got a Ranger van, so the back of it's like a police car.
Yeah.
So they can't
get out. And they're flipping out.
Right, eyes ready.
I've been waiting 50 years for this night. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. So a la Laurie Strode. Mwah.
Because we get a scene where she goes to kill him, and he literally just walks right past her.
Oh, I know. He's not even interested. And she's like, what? Okay, so this is... is this where she goes upstairs into the house?
Yes.
Sally confronts Leatherface, asking if he remembers her. He just kind of walks right past her and saunters off, and she fucking lets him. I can see now that I'm remembering what's happening. I can see where some people maybe didn't enjoy this movie because it was somewhat anticlimactic in that scene.
Right.
I did not like that scene.
No, because
I wanted more in that. I wanted a fight.
Well, because we do get that, sort of, kind of, because we get the line, "I'm the one that got away.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure you don't, motherfucker."
Yeah. Yeah!
Yeah, and that's right after this.
Yes. She follows him down and shoots him and hunts him. He runs at her and chainsaws her. That was heartbreaking.
Right. I mean, this is another one where he holds her up.
Oh, yeah.
And he chainsaws
midair, right in her torso. The girl that got away got hers.
Yep. And my next line is, how is Sally still the fuck alive? Whatever movie. Yeah, somehow she's still alive. The girls somehow get, I think they break the window because, here comes Leatherface back at them and they're breaking out of the window. They get out through the window, I think, and Sally... Sunroof, okay. Yeah.
Sally is still barely alive, but she's still got a gun in her holster that she can reach. Mm-hmm. And she shoots him again to still buy time for the girls to get away. And because she is still like, I'm going down, you're going down with me, fucker.
But they get in the Ranger van to leave.
Yeah.
And they don't. They get into a car accident. They run into... I don't know which building they run into.
I don't know.
But
this movie house thing.
Oh, is it the movie house? Because then Melody gets a...
Oh! Lila and Mel run down Leatherface. They run him down with the truck. And then they crash. This is where Mel gets stuck.
And she pretty much sacrifices
and says, Mel tells Lila to run because she's impaled in the truck and can't get out. He runs after Lila after a misfire. He runs after Lila after a misfire, and Sally manages 2 more shots at him. Lila picks up Sally's gun to hunt him down. And this is where we get to the movie house.
Yeah.
And then, because then we're left with Leatherface is chasing Lila, and Melody is still in the truck, and she sees that Leatherface is now chasing Lila.
And this is also, we get Melody apologizes to Leatherface.
Yes. apologizes to him and says, I deserve this for killing your mom. I'm really sorry. But she's trying to get out of the truck. Lila and Leatherface have a showdown in the movie house. Mel and Lila work together to finally kill Leatherface. It's like Frozen, sisterly love. Sisterly love is true love.
movie. Do you want to build a monster man? Do you want to build a Leatherface? Lila attempts to shoot him, but her gun's empty.
Yeah.
So Sally shoots him instead. And he flees. Before dying, she encourages Lila not to run, as she will be forever haunted by him.
Yeah.
So then she takes the shotgun and pursues him into the abandoned building and then attacks. But Melody arrives and takes Leather's chainsaw and then using it cuts him with the chainsaw and knocking him in this giant pool of water. All of a sudden, there's like a fucking pool.
Yeah,
whatever movie. And so where he sinks to the bottom. We think he's dead.
We do. But then at the end, we get, everybody's okay. We're getting in the car. Let's get out of this town. Ha ha ha.
It's Friday the 13th. The pond scene.
Yeah, exactly. Then one more jump scare. Leatherface comes out, grabs Mel, and decapitates her.
Fuck, yeah.
So brutally.
Yeah,
but the
car is a self-driving
car. And so the car is driving away with Lila out the sunroof screaming, no!
Yeah.
Credits.
And then
So there was a little scene at the end after post-credits that we just watched. I think it's just setting up to maybe be a series or something because it's just him walking to a house.
To his house.
Quote unquote home. Oh.
So, I did write Chekhov's assault rifle.
Yes, Chekhov's assault rifle.
Yeah.
So I had a theory about this, about the very end, where, like, she's trying to shoot him with the gun. I feel like in a lot of these horror movies, the final thing that, even though there was the jump scare at the end, it's like the final thing that puts the cherry on top is killing them with their own weapon.
Well, and it can't be a gun.
And it can't, right. It can't,
it's
too simple. Easy. It's too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree.
But the last stroke
has to be
was the chainsaw.
Yeah.
When he went in the pool. But then, the jump scare and the decapitation and the...
Also, there's a beautiful shot. I mean, beautiful, again, macabre shot.
Yeah.
Of Leatherface standing it's everywhere if you look at in an alleyway looking out into the rain, and he's just got this chainsaw and it's behind him, so and he's silhouetted there. It's pretty fucking awesome. Like so that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 22.
There we go, guys.
All right, let's do some ratings. I can say, before we give our ratings, I don't know what this is supposed to be saying. I really don't. And I'm fine with it just being ambiguous.
I'm fine with it just being what it is.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being ambiguous. I don't need to have a message. It's just a little confusing if there is supposed to be a message.
Agreed.
Because I think it's interesting that the guns didn't work. Is that an indictment on those everyone's who say if you're in a situation where there's a mass shooting, that if you have a gun, you have a better chance? Is that... I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know what the...
It's kind of like you said, it's too easily... It's too easy. It's emotionless. Mm-hmm. Whereas, something like a chainsaw or a knife that is right up in your face, or a corkscrew is right up in your face.
Yeah. I mean, and you can't say it's the gentrification because Richter dies.
Right.
I mean, Richter's not... He's not...
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, he should have survived.
Right.
In any other of the movies, he would have survived.
Right.
But I wonder why he didn't. And maybe that was what it's... I don't know. Maybe that was the point.
Well, it had to be, I think... And honestly, looking back at these movies, taking aside Leatherface, is the female, except for one... There is only one female, the final girl, with the exception of 3. because 3 has Ken Foreo also lives.
Lives, yeah.
I don't know. I could also try to be reading too much into it. I don't know.
I don't know. I wonder if it was... I think it was definitely... Well, considering the post-credit scene, I think they're definitely trying to set up for a series of some sort, or another series of movies. Mm-hmm. God knows. I would rather have a TV series than another movie, to be honest, because...
Me too.
See, the movies tend to get very sloppy.
Agreed.
Because you have to tie it up so quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas a TV show, you can really delve in and drag it out and get to the meat of it.
I was just going to look and do some math here.
Oh. See how old he
86.
should be? He should be 86. Mm-hmm. 86 years old.
Cool.
I hope to be in that good a shape when I'm that age.
Fuck yeah.
I hope to be as spry and chainsawing teenagers when I'm 86.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Ratings.
Okay.
How many, blood and gore, how many blood droplets you give it?
4!
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 3.
Really?
I should have given it more, because I really liked it.
It was a lot of blood.
It was a lot of blood.
It was that head bashing was brutal.
Oh, that was... What?
I mean, guys, this was like... they shot to it a number of times, and it was bashed in.
Oh, yeah.
In.
Oh, yeah. And Melody is watching the whole time from under the bed.
Yeah.
So that's the angle we get. What?
Yeah.
So gross. Spooky scary. How many scary ghosts do you give it?
Again, these are tough because I was like, it's not scary.
It's not scary.
I'm going to say 2.
I said the same. I said 2. Sex and nudity?
No.
0. Fun entertainment. How many cold black hearts?
Fucking had a blast with
Me
this
too.
movie.
Me too.
I'm going to go 4. I had a fucking blast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I went 3.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I loved it. I fucking loved it.
I liked it. I didn't see what the problem was.
I don't either.
As a standalone, I liked it.
Yeah, if we're ignoring this is... Although I'm pissed if, not pissed. I will be pissed if Halloween ends the same way this did. I'll be pissed if... Although, I mean, it's got to be Laurie or, Myers. One of them has to die, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah. But I can see, like you said, it's a standalone. Right. Because, I mean, there's no continuation here, because there's not much... I think at this point, the story's so convoluted, it's hard to... What are you going to continue?
With all of these sequels, and throughout this entire franchise, it's so convoluted. It's even worse than Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I have to say. With the, we're going to go with this storyline. Oh, no, he didn't do this, he did that. Or, no, he didn't, he had a brother. Oh, I'm sorry, he had 2 brothers. And,
right.
That guy wasn't his dad, it was his brother. Oh, my God. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Right.
I understand trying to make something your own, but if you're going to make something your own, then write your own damn movie!
Right. Because that's all we do. It's like in the horror...
We're rehashing.
We bitch about it. It's all the same. It's always...
Oh, yeah.
Then fucking figure it out and figure something new. That's why, to me, things like Midsommar, Hereditary, are amazing because there's something fucking... Even the Babadook, if we were joking about it earlier, something fucking different.
Right. This is something... In the very beginning of the podcast... Of this podcast, when we agreed to do this, when we wanted to do this, I started kind of writing down questions that I had about horror franchises and horror movies, and one of them is, are these sequels worth it? Is it worth it to have all these crazy, this crazy amount of sequels, and do they all make any contextual sense, even strung together? And most of the time, they don't.
No,
it's just a cash cow, right?
Cash grabs. Yep, exactly. I mean, it's sad to me that this didn't make as much money because I thought it was a decent, decent production.
Yeah. I thought it was decent.
Yeah.
So, do you want to?
Do you want to take a break? Come back, talk about men.
Well, do you want to rate the series first, or before or after the break?
Might as well do it now.
Okay.
We'll just talk about it finally.
Let's rate the whole series. Let's go. The whole Texas Chainsaw.
Okay. So
9.
What is your... Okay, so it was 1 to 9. So 9 being the worst and 1 being the best. What is your 9?
I think it's the same. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Next gen.
Oh, fuck off! My face!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't hate it.
Leatherface, you fucking went off on, but you fucking hated it. Next Gen, at least it was fucking crazy enough that I could be like, what the fuck is happening?
Next Gen was god awful. It pissed me off. Matthew McConaughey was way over the top.
I mean, it's 8 for me.
Okay, so 8.
8 is Next
Gen. 8 for me. 2.
Really? Well, okay.
2.
Yeah, 2 is real bad.
It's real bad. I wonder if mine's going to be one off from you. So number 7.
2.
3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep
going. Like I did not like it.
It would be 6.
Number 6.
3D.
Coming in at 6 is what?
3D.
Really?
Yeah.
Leatherface.
Okay.
That was Leatherface for me.
Yeah.
5.
3.
3D.
Okay.
I didn't think 3D was that bad.
Well, I mean, we're talking, like, this is like the halfway point.
So, well, yes, okay. So, top 4. So, what's your number 4?
Begins.
Me too, the beginning. 2006.
Batman Begins.
Begin at the beginning. Number 3.
22.
Me too, 2022. I wonder if ours is going to be
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Okay. Number 2.
03.
03 remake, yes. And number 1.
Oh,
OG. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So our top 4 were the same.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were talking. I was like, I said 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 are probably going to be the easiest, and then the rest below is going to be whatever.
Was just arranging. Yeah.
Yeah. To our own personal. Yeah.
What? Yeah. I hated Next Gen, man. I fucking hated Next Gen.
I think
Leatherface was not good. However, I don't know. Maybe I would actually flip Leatherface and 3, but 2 I fucking hated. I hated 2.
Yeah, 2's bad. 2's bad, guys. Real bad.
I understand that people love it. I totally get it. I can understand why people love it for certain reasons.
Yes. Well,
but oh man, it was bad.
Honestly, we can talk a little bit more about 2 when we talk about Clover, because that is one part of it that is actually does kind of have a, I don't know, social or historical, in the sense of film history, presence or need. But otherwise, this fucking Bill Moseley was so bad at it.
Yeah, I love him, but he was so bad.
I know.
So disappointed.
So right, I'm sure people will not enjoy our ranking, but you can fight
eat
me
a
on
dick.
The internet.
You can eat a bag of dicks.
Yep, exactly. EAD, bitches. We were going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about Carol Clover's Men, Women, and Chainsaws.
Sweet.
Cool. We're back, bitches.
Hey.
There it is.
All right, we're back. We are going to discuss this wonderful novel / I mean, basically it's a dissertation that's 200 pages long, by Carol J. Clover. Mm-hmm. Men, Women, and Chainsaws.
Mm-hmm. We've brought it up a couple times on the show before, so it's not like anything that's out of left field.
No.
But, there's, obviously there's there's a lot we picked this month, this spate of movies because of this book and because of the new movie.
Chainsaws.
Yeah. Because of Chainsaws.
Messy.
So we've touched a little bit about it before, about the final girl, and exactly because this movie is the creation of the final girl.
Yeah, because this was this was before Halloween. This was 1974. Yep, was the first film.
Yep. And Clover did have an update to her story, or in 95, I believe. But again, I would love to have her take on this now. If she, I
kind of wish you would update it.
Yeah. I don't know if I haven't looked to see if she's alive or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
So just to talk a little bit about. Especially when we're talking about, we talked a lot in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, because Clover definitely stresses in a lot of the book about, because I was briefly mentioning earlier, TCM 2 we have this. Not only do we have Final Girl, is she still alive?
She is still alive. She is 81 years of age.
Fantastic.
Look at her. She's so cute.
Oh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
But it is like there is a scene in particular that it is very much like it is Leatherface's sexual awakening. And I know we've described it on the episode itself, but at one point, Stretch is, who is the final girl, is leaning on a tub of water with.
Yeah, this is extremely sexual.
Yeah, if she's got cut off shorts on.
Yeah.
Very short shorts.
She's hovering over the tub with a bunch of drinks in it. Meanwhile, this chainsaw is coming at her. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we've talked about it when we reviewed 3.
It's off, and he runs it up her leg.
Yeah.
To her crotch.
Yeah.
And he holds it there for a little while. And she says to him, "Are you good?"
Yeah.
Because
in a desperate attempt.
She knows this is the only way she's getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. And he starts to, like... What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, like, gyrate with it.
Yeah. He, like faux penetrating her.
Yes. Yeah. And then at one point he comes. He literally...
Yeah.
Comes in his pants.
He literally does.
Mm-hmm. And so what Clover's trying to say is that, like, especially with TCM, is that the final girl kind of threw, like, the idea of what it means to be a female in a horror movie on its head. There's, like, she says, like, you've got, okay, so in particular, in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, now, in particular, at the very end, she says, the final girl enacts in the present and successfully the parasital struggle that the killer himself enacted unsuccessfully in his own past, a past that constitutes the film's backstory. This is talking about 2.
Yeah.
She is what the killer once was. He is what she could become should she fail in her battle for sexual selfhood. So this is when Cook says to Drayton says to Junior, "You've got a choice, boy." This is the tyrannical father of Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. "Sex or the saw. You never know about sex, but the saw is family." Mm-hmm. So she says, "There's tale is no less one of maleness. If the experience of childhood could be, it's perhaps ideally enacted in female form. The breaking away requires the assumption of the phallus. So the helpless child is gendered feminine. So in essence, like, because Leatherface is considered, like, helpless in the moment, he's considered, like, think about, like, Leatherface 2017, where, like, they keep pressuring him to kill
on his birthday.
Right. And so what they're saying is, like, it's the breaking of, so the assumption of the phallus, like, meaning, like, unless you're, like, masculine, unless you obviously don't have a dick.
Right.
And so the helpless child is gendered feminine. The autonomous adult or subject is gendered masculine. So the passage from childhood to adulthood entails a shift from feminine to masculine.
Almost immediately, because in the very next scene, they have him he leads this couple, right? Mm-hmm. The young couple to the slaughterhouse, and they make him watch them killing.
Right.
Like, you gotta learn, good job, boy. You gotta learn how to do this someday.
Right, exactly. And
I'll learn you, boy.
It is the male killer's tragedy that his insipid femininity is not reversed but completed or castrated. And the final girl's victory that her insipid masculinity is not thwarted but realized, meaning phallicization.
Wow.
So, at least she got a big dick because she took over, not like, fucking look at, and we said it, look at the balls in this bitch. Like, that's such a phallization.
I know. I almost feel bad saying that these days,
Yeah, because, like, what's the difference between balls and having fucking ovaries? Fucking do it.
Right. They're just inside me.
Do
you know, once upon a time, this is fun. Once upon a time, I was driving through Little Italy, and my friend was with me, and she still recalls the story and how funny it was. She was laughing, but I used to be very timid and very, very, apologetic to people. But for some reason, this guy just set me the fuck off. And we were driving through, and it's Little Italy in Cleveland is, super, super tight. Mm-hmm. And there's people everywhere. You have to constantly be on the lookout for pedestrians just randomly walking in front of your car. Mm-hmm. And this guy did. And he just, I was, inching. I was kind of inching up, and this dude walks out in front of my car to get to his Escalade, and this guy, heel to toe, salt and pepper hair, faux tan, chest hair coming out of his, like a couple little sprigs of chest hair coming out of his fucking polo, little khaki cargo shorts, no hair on his legs, and moccasin shoes with no socks. Mm-hmm. That's this guy, right? Yeah. And I honked my horn at him instinctively because he fucking walked down in front of my car. I could have hit him.
Right.
This motherfucker walks over to my car because it was summer and my windows were down. And he goes, "You got something to say to me, miss?"
Yeah.
You do not say that to me. To my half-Irish blood was boiling.
Yeah.
And I was like... Well, look at you, big balls. Whip it out. I want to see these big fucking balls that you have trying to intimidate a woman when you know you were in the wrong. I went off on this guy, and he was just like... all I heard him mutter to himself was something about women these days.
Well, note to the listener, Ween does this shit all the time. And she makes everyone else fight her battles for her. I'm like the yippy little dog that tags along with the Great Dane.
Yep. To fight the battles for me, and I'm like, yip.
And I'm like, fuck me.
I did this in a movie theater, something akin to this in the movie theater with Ray once.
And I just told her, shut it, because I'm the one who has to finish this fight in the parking lot. Thank you. But no, I mean, I could have probably told you where you were at. Probably don't.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah. So it's no accident that male victims in these slasher films are killed off screen. I mean, we think we talked about this before. And the prolonged struggles in which the victim has time to contemplate her imminent destruction inevitably figure females. So...
And why is that?
She has a couple things in here that, the other thing is, she thinks, and I agree with her, makers of slasher films seem to know that sadomasochistic incest fantasies sit more easily with the male viewers than when the visible player is female. No one wants to watch, no guy, I guess no guys, obviously, no one wants to watch an incest film generally, a slasher film, but they take it better when it's a woman. I'm like, that's great. That's cool. That means, you're okay with the sexual assault.
I hate to be stereotypical, but it's some guys are like, oh, I'm okay with gay people just as long as they don't come near me, or if it's a bunch of chicks, haha, and right. It's like, well, fuck you. It's a two-way street, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and it's, I think it's very evident in slasher films that there is something to be said. It's always the helpless female. And she says here, angry displays of force may belong to the male, but crying, cowering, screaming, fainting, trembling, begging for mercy belong to the female. Abject terror, in short, is gendered feminine. And the more concerned a given film is with that condition, and it is the essence of modern horror, the more likely the femaleness of the victim. So, meaning, the more scared she is, the more horror it is.
Yeah.
So, or more horrifying it is, which is so you are okay with torturing a female for the horror of it, but if it's male, they're not gonna like it as much.
They're not gonna buy it.
Right.
Because it seems like more of look what happened with Nightmare on Elm Street 2. This guy was terrified. Mm-hmm. He was terrified of Freddy, and it probably could have been a fine, successful film, but it was his scream was considered effeminate.
Oh, there's a lot more in there.
Well, there's a lot more than that, but
which we will be getting to.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
But it was viewed as feminine because he was so afraid. Mm-hmm. And guys aren't supposed to be so afraid. They're supposed to be the first ones going in.
Which is interesting because you remember the in that thing that you sent me, the Eli Ross History of Horror.
Yeah.
In where they're talking about
on Shudder, check it out.
Shudder, yes. If you talk about the Evil Dead, and they talk about how Bruce Campbell's scream was very feminine.
Yeah,
very feminine.
And he didn't catch hell for it.
No, in fact, he gets in the next, in fucking Army of Darkness, he gets like fucking, on the poster, he looks, it's like, he's got ripped.
Oh, yeah, he's like Fabio, and that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek.
Bruce Campbell, because he's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love Bruce Campbell.
That chin. Anyhow. Yeah. But, even now, still, get it, call me.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah,
he still looks handsome as fuck.
Yes, he is. Yes. But like, and they played parts of it. Yes, he's got and he specifically did that. Like, yeah. So now he's playing it for comedy, which kind of makes me mad too. But still,
But that's the other thing. That's another stereotype, an unfortunate stereotype. Guys are funny, girls are not.
Well, true.
You couldn't have a female in Ash's role.
We do.
But we do in 2013, which I haven't seen. Mm-hmm. But going along the lines of this book and what it's talking about gender roles in these movies, is, and also to this point that she's making, the unfortunate stereotype of the final girl is this quote unquote damsel in distress, flopping her tits around the woods and screaming. No, she's often the smartest because she's the survivalist or does the smart things to get away.
Well, and
is more cautious and tries to be quiet.
And so Clover also says the fact that we have in the killer a feminine male and in the main character a masculine female, parent and every teen respectively,
yes,
would seem, especially in the latter case, to suggest loosening of the categories of at least of the category of the feminine. It is not that these films show us gender and sex in free variation. It is that they fix on the irregular combinations, of which the combination masculine-feminine repeatedly prevails over the combination of feminine-male. So, meaning the key that makes this different is that, especially TCM, is all the female leads at some point, the final girls, have more masculine femininity.
Yeah.
And that the creature or the killer has more feminine masculinity.
Yeah. Interesting.
It throws it off course.
Now, if we're comparing what's supposed to be, apples to apples, but I'm not sure it is. Mm-hmm. I think it's more of a red apple with a Granny Smith. Mm-hmm. The original to the 2003 remake.
Right.
Look at those final girls. Sally Hardesty versus, I forget what Jessica Biel's character's name was. It wasn't Sally.
No. Well, because I was just going to say, it almost as if this starts that conversation, however, 2 through personifies it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we don't get Sally Strong until 2022.
Yeah. Right.
But I think she's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Or wrong place, right time. I don't know what I want to say. But she thinks like them at some point. Because she does use her femininity at some point.
And, yeah.
Yeah, and says, I will do
anything
to get out of here. And the same thing is that, and what's her name? Stretch does the same thing in 2.
Yeah, she will do anything.
How many times?
Even try to fuck with you.
Yeah, I mean, she ends up dancing with fucking Leatherface at one point.
Right, because she thinks it's going to... Anything to get out, anything to stay alive.
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, thinking back at, 3 had that one girl... Well, 3 is a it's kind of an amalgamate. It's like kind of it diverts from the norm because you have a final girl and a final guy.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of the masculinity lies with Ken Foray because he comes in with the gun at one point.
Yeah, and he's a survivalist.
Right. Although she does pull those hands out from over those being like, she has those nails in her
oh
hands in the chair.
My god, that was so horrible, but that's pure adrenaline.
But think about it, like, she doesn't have the kills like all the other girls do.
No.
Now, one thing I will say for Next Gen is that fucking Renee Zellweger does have some balls on her. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
She does. Yeah, she is the
some
masculine.
chutzpah.
Yeah, she is the masculine feminine. She is because she does not let...
She's trying to psychologically figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, we could go through and...
But that's how Stretch was, too.
Yeah.
She was trying... That moment when she first encounters him and that, that scene, that phallic scene where he's basically fucking her with a chainsaw in his mind, like, in essence, just absolutely desperate, but she's trying to psychologically get why he's doing this or what to get out of the situation. Mm-hmm. It's akin. I hate to bring up in that situation. It makes me wonder how some women feel in rape situations.
What do you mean?
Like, they just want to stay alive.
Oh. Yeah.
Which is another, like, deep, dark subject. But it makes me wonder, like, if I were ever, God forbid, put in that situation, how or what I would do.
Yeah.
And I think my instinct would be to go along Stretch's route. Mm-hmm. Not that necessarily, but more so actually Sally. Mm-hmm. To just, I will do anything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just get out of here and leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or let me go.
I mean,
let me live.
Right, because there's no good outcome. There's no good outcome for many
of
these. Because they've seen what the outcomes are, and there's no good one.
What are your... Right, none of them are good.
Yeah,
what's the one where I stay alive?
Right.
What's the one that I get out of here somehow?
I was reading a book recently, and of course it was a romance novel. And at one point, the hero...
Chiclet Club... See, no, too many...
Too many
I've had too much Long Island iced tea. Chiclet Club podcast. Fuck.
And the heroine comes to the hero at night, and rides a horse all the way across like another county. Oh
my gosh!
And he shows up the next morning because needless to say, he's like, please don't ever take reckless. Like, and she's like, well, nothing happened. Like, nothing. What was worse somebody could do is someone kill me. And he's like, by you asking me what the worst could happen,
right? You
don't know what the worst would be. There's something worse than death.
You clearly don't, right?
But I was wondering, like, just you're thinking about like going back through all the women, the final girls. What makes, and this I think it's stereotypically, it makes, and I think Clover's right, is we think of intelligence as masculine. Because all these girls get out by being smart.
And and that isn't or shouldn't be considered to be a masculine thing. It's not.
Right.
Oh, that pisses me off.
I'm sorry, but I was just
thinking. No, it's true though.
Yeah, I mean, she's completely right. I mean, what part of her masculine femininity is it? It's her intelligence.
Yes.
That's coded as it's because she thinks like a guy. That's a real great term. Think like a guy. Cool.
What does he want out of this? Other than my, arm.
Yeah. Yeah, but
other than my torso as his fucking lawn ornament.
Right. So then I was sitting here thinking, like, yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Is these chicks are smart.
Yeah.
And so
or resourceful.
Yep.
Like, look at fuck, I gotta look it up because this pisses me off. Jessica Biel's character in the remake, she's been through some shit. She knows how to hotwire a car.
Right.
Because of her days in juvie and shit.
Right. And she also hides in the pig car, or the cow carcass at one point. Is that her movie?
Stop it.
Where she hides in the...
Stop.
The dogs are fighting.
Sorry.
I don't feel like pausing it again. And isn't that movie where she's hiding in the cow carcass?
in
the beginning, right?
The beginning, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's the beginning. That's not her then. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But still, that's pretty fucking smart.
That's resourceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, and in Leatherface,
Oh, but that's not her decision.
That's true. She was with those other guys.
Yeah.
And she was just
Leatherface, to me, is it's a diversion. Because we don't have a final girl. We don't have, it's really not, it's not part of, it's part of the canon, but not really part of the canon. And yeah, I don't really count that into the final girl situation.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
this is a fun book. Did you enjoy it?
I did. I mean, we'll be coming back to it because I think there are some other things that, it's broken down. We talked first about the final girl.
Because Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't the only movie she talks about.
No, but we talk about, Getting Even. She talks about revenge flicks.
Oh, Last House on the Left. Have you ever seen Last House on the Left? Oh, I've only seen the remake, and that rape scene, I couldn't watch it.
I mean, check out I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one's... Whew. But yeah, so I mean, we will be going back to this a lot, I think, at some point. But this was very helpful for this, I think, to really analyze these movies as to why they are in the popular social zeitgeist of horror, because it's
something we've talked about a lot, about why is it a girl? Why isn't it a guy?
Well, and I think I said The Burning is the first final guy that we had. And,
yeah.
I mean, that was, it's not very well known, but it's, and I think there's enough here. I think she makes enough, she has enough ammo or enough, behind her to say and luckily I think we've turned the corner. Because socially, we've turned the corner.
Yeah.
The female is, it's very different. It's very different for women now. Yeah. So, as opposed to 1974.
Yeah.
So, again, I'd love to see her, have an update to this. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation about it. It might not be that exciting, but...
No, I think it's really exciting, and I really should read it. I have the book. I really should actually read it.
But it's she did her, from his apparition of the clitoris as a little penis, and from what has been claimed to be his own fantasy of anal procreation. What the fuck is this part? Anyhow, I was talking about Freud.
Jesus.
Talking about Freud.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome, guys. Hey, let's talk about what's coming up.
Let's do recommendations first.
Oh, Rex! Why don't you go first? Because I totally forgot about this.
So, on Friday, I watched another Joe Briggs, the newest drive-in, last drive-in, I should have been reading.
I should have been reading, and I didn't read a page, so it's my fucking fault.
Well, I had an episode last night, and I didn't read the book. I hadn't read the book yet, so I should have been reading. But, this movie was pulling me away from the book because I had it on the background because I'm like, it's Friday the 13th. I've got to watch a fucking horror movie. Yeah. So. I
totally forgot yesterday. Or Friday was the 13th. Yeah.
So I was like, well, everything I enjoy, I'm going to watch. And it was Shut-In Night. He did Shut-In Night.
Nice.
So the first movie that he did was the little girl who lived down the lane.
Oh, you were telling me about that. Oh my God,
this movie's fantastic. This movie is fucking amazing. 1970 something. Martin Sheen, first movie Jodie Foster's ever been in. Oh no, sorry. This was the second. Second, because
after Taxi Driver.
Same year though. Not real well known because it's a horror movie, obviously. But in the time, but she is. I won't go too much into the plot because there's secrets, but she's. Martin Sheen plays a pedophile, legit pedophile. There's no, he's a pedophile. And, within the first 3 minutes of the movie, he comes in and creeps everybody the fuck out. She and her father are living in this little house in, Connecticut, I think. Yeah, 'cause she's outside of New York. So yeah, it had to be Connecticut. And every time somebody comes to visit, she's by herself. And she's like, her dad is always working. And so this landlady that's leased them the house is a fucking bitch. And as we go through the movie, things happen. And it's slow, guys. It's very slow. If you like slow burn movies, it's very slow.
Yeah.
But it's more, and it's like people call it it's very much a character study, and also a horror movie. Some people might not like it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was like it should be more well known.
I'm really excited to watch it. I really want to see it.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jodie Foster does fucking amazing job in it. The last scene, I won't even tell you what it is. The last shot of the film over the credits takes 3 minutes. And it's like it's bone chilling.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Love it.
And he also did Housebound, which I would recommend 100% too.
Ooh.
New Zealand Kiwi horror.
Kiwi horror. I love it. I'm going to, yet another documentary because I'm a documentary whore. Here we go. This was a 4-part docuseries on HBO Max called Allen versus Farrow. Speaking of pedophiles.
That one made me cry. That one made me fucking
cry.
Oh
yeah, it's gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
It's a 4-part docuseries about the that follows the accusation of sexual abuse against Woody Allen and the scandal that followed. Allen versus Farrow is mainly about his marriage to Mia Farrow and how they met and their marriage and how many kids they had together. Like amongst them, Mia Farrow is like our parents' generation's Angelina Jolie, with like who was just this beautiful, simple, beautiful woman.
She came from a Irish Catholic family that had a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
That's what she wanted
and
for her kids.
She wanted to have a lot of siblings, so she adopted like fucking crazy, or had surrogates or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I think she did.
She adopted.
She did adopt. I think she did have 1 or 2 natural children of her own.
Ronan is hers.
Ronan and
Dylan.
No, Dylan was adopted. Ronan Farrow's her kid.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. No, she wasn't.
No, he
adopted her.
Right.
So Woody Allen kind of swoops into Mia Farrow's life, and they have this, everybody loved their romance. It was a New York romance where they would look at each other across the way from their windows and whatever. But she had her own fucking life, and he was not used to kids and not used to, like...
The whole thing is because of Annie Hall. Is because she was Annie Hall.
She was his Annie Hall, his real life Annie Hall. And, anyway, so she... With all the children she adopted, he was all about the lifestyle. He was all on it. He was all in it. But then things happened, and the docuseries delves into that. So I'll leave it for you to judge and for you to see for yourself, because it does kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, there's a reason I fucking hate Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
I'm done. I loved her, but now I don't.
Nope.
I'm really sad.
Nope.
Really, really sad. Yep. About that. Mia Farrow was interviewed primarily in this movie, and oh my gosh. And actually, and this film, by the way, is done by her son, Ronan Farrow.
Yeah, he's the one who broke...
He's the one who broke the story about his own sister, because he wanted to find her justice.
Yeah, he's a big whistleblower. That's what he likes. Not whistleblower, he's like investigative journalist.
Yeah.
That's what he...
Yeah, and that's kind of what he does. And this is... and he's gorgeous. And this poor girl. All these kids. Anyway, but I'll leave that for you to judge for yourself.
Yeah, because this will remember that he fucking married a child.
Yeah.
A child.
Adopted, but yes.
I mean, she was, 17?
Yeah.
I mean, he was having a sexual relationship with her at 16.
Yeah.
So...
They talk about that. It's great.
Yeah. All right, let's talk
about grooming.
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about something else.
Let's not do that. Thank you. let's talk what's coming up though. So this next week,
yes, so excited.
We were trying to decide what we're gonna. What's gonna be our because we have 1 weekend left in fucking May. We don't want to leave you guys without a fucking episode because some of you do enjoy listening to us.
Yes, thank you for those that do.
So we are going to celebrate our armed services because it is Memorial Day weekend, bitches.
Enter the snare drums.
So we are looking primarily. We're going to celebrate horror that's related to World War II.
Yes.
So we are going to watch Overlord.
Yes!
We're very excited. I'm very excited.
I'm super excited. The other movie I'm super excited about.
I can't even. I wanted to watch it.
Because I love Chloe's... wait, no, what's her name?
No, it's Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes. She is I think she's our, new gen's good actress of this time. You know, she's new up and coming, actress that's going to be, our...
Meryl.
Yeah.
Shadow in the Cloud, which is a 2020. It's so I didn't say Overlord.
I didn't realize how new this was.
Yeah, Overlord. Looking to see what year that was. Overlord was 2018. So we're certainly not too far apart. Overlord is about... I forgot to tell you what it's about in case you don't know.
There you go.
Come on. A small group of American soldiers in World War II find horror behind enemy lines on the eve of D-Day. And then the other movie we're going to watch is called Shadow in the Cloud.
Shadow in the Cloud, starring Chloe Grace Moretz, Nick Robinson, Balua Koleo. Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful men in this. A female World War II pilot traveling with top secret documents on a B-17 Flying Fortress encounters an evil presence on board the flight. What evil presence, do you ask? Well,
it looked like a fucking gremlin, so I'm very excited.
I'm so excited about this.
Oh my god, guys, I've been trying, I wanted to watch it ahead of time. I was like, no, do not, hold off.
I know. I made myself stop.
Yep. And then, drum roll, please. Actually, the gayest drum roll, please. So I don't know if you guys know this, but we love gay people. I'm bi-curious.
Yes.
So, it's kind of whatever, but Gay Pride Month's coming! Pride 2022!
June!
So, we're gonna do Pride with Gay Horror Month.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
So, we know all of them, so we can say all of them. So, the first two that we're going to be doing, it's going to be in James Whale Introspection. So
yes,
we're doing
old school horror.
Yeah, we're doing The Old Dark House, and we're also doing Bride of Frankenstein.
What else is going to be
on that episode?
Yeah,
we're gonna have a guest, guys.
We are.
We're having a guest.
Our first guest.
Our first guest will be my co-host from CLBC. Veronica.
Yay, Veronica!
So
I love her.
Excited. And
we're all very
if
close
you guys
friends.
want to prep for the episode, supposedly there's a very good stuff you missed in history class about James Whale. So, about Bride of Frankenstein. I think that's what she said. I have not listened to it. It's about Bride of Frankenstein. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
And then, guys, it gets
even crazier.
Yup. So then the next movie we're going to do, it is getting crazier. So the next two, we're doing
Nightmare on Elm Street 2
and Red State.
Yes!
And
another guest! Woo! I'm super excited.
Friend of the podcast,
my gay husband, will
be guesting us.
Yes!
So we're very excited about that too. So it's gonna be a party, guys. It's gonna be a party. Pride party in the streets. Pride party in our pants.
I'm gonna have my day glow. My day glow wig. I'm gonna be all ready.
We should wear wigs.
Yeah,
we should.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Cool.
Awesome. So,
all right. Before these dogs. Jeez.
I'm trying to get through this because I got two animals.
I know.
Driving me fucking crazy right now.
They are nutso. Okay, you can find us on Gmail at boobs.
You want to talk to us? Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to talk with us? Email us, give us your comments, questions, anything like that. Booze, Boobs, and Blood Podcast. That's Booze, Boobs, AND Blood Podcast at gmail.com. Twitter at Booze, Boobs, Blood. Instagram at 3B Podcast. Facebook, Booze, Booze, right, B3 Podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And TikTok, Booze, Boobs, Blood Podcast.
And follow us because we have a new series where TikToks where I read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark to Ween, and they're hysterical. So her reactions are the best. Anyway,
you're the best.
You're the
best.
So I guess this ends another episode. God,
another franchise done in the books.
In the books.
Woo!
And from Ray and from
Ween. Later, bitches.
There you go.